Do you afraid of fail?
Oof.
Are you happy with the decision that you made?
Yes, I am. Now, okay, that's really, really, really important. That's so important.
What are your predictions about 10 years? What's going to happen to entrepreneurs in 10 years?
Oh, yeah.
Hi guys, and welcome to ZUSSIFY All in One podcast. Today we have amazing guest, Sean. Can you present yourself in 2 words?
Yes, hello. My name is Sean Emmanuel Nota, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm really looking forward to this phenomenal podcast interview.
Thank you so much that you decided to come here.
Thank you.
Can you tell a little bit what are you doing?
Okay, so I'm involved in different businesses, but primarily I'm involved in what is known as destiny building. So that means I facilitate trainings for entrepreneurs to help them develop capacity in leadership, capacity in financial management, capacity in human resource management. So it's an incubation process that helps entrepreneurs to achieve scale and to get results as well.
It's really so good. What is your motivation to do so?
Really, it's because of the struggles that I experienced in my own entrepreneurial journey. So if you've been in business for the length that I've been in business for the past 11 years, and I discovered through my entrepreneurial journey that there are things that are needed by other entrepreneurs, skills that will help them to get better results. So the need for us to be able to get more businesses out there that can produce good results is my primary motivation, to ensure that as many people as possible can win in the journey of entrepreneurship.
Yeah, it's really so good. What year you started your career?
Okay, my career, I think officially, formally, I started in the year 2013, but informally, because sometimes you start business before it's registered, I started in the year 2011. Yeah.
And what you start from?
The first business that I did is actually cross-border trading. So what that means is in my country, there was a limited food supply. So I would travel to the next country, South Africa or Botswana, and then I would buy groceries, and then I'll resell them. That's how I started.
What country started?
I started in my country, Zimbabwe.
Okay, so great. Do you afraid of fail?
Oof, I'm scared of failing.
Did you fail before?
A lot. So, I think every normal entrepreneur, you have to be concerned about failing. And at least it makes you want to be more confident, right? If you're not scared of failing, then you're going to be reckless.
Yes.
Yeah. So because you're concerned that, am I going to succeed or fail? You want to manage the resources effectively. So it is important that you have, let's not call it fear, but concern. And then you can then still be able to have the courage to go and keep trying and keep fighting. But for me, failure is necessary as well, because it is the channel in which you can be able to achieve true success. Because if you're going to do something that you've never done before, you better fail, your first attempt. Yeah. So failure is important. One of the most embarrassing failures that I experienced was, when we just started the business, where we asked people to come in and contribute and invest, and then we set up something, and then it just completely failed. And everyone, public failure is the worst.
Yes.
And everyone is just watching you.
How to manage it?
How did I manage it? Well, I was fortunate enough to have mentors. I think mentors are really important. I had a very amazing entrepreneur who's based in Turkey and who was running a textile business. And then he told me that he had failed himself. And I think those experiences, they help you to realize that it's not new with you. Because the problem with success, right? When we are successful, we attribute it to ourselves. And when we fail, we also attribute it to ourselves. But really, sometimes it's just a journey. You have to separate yourself from your business. When the business fails, you are not a failure. You understand?
Yeah, that's true.
It's really important that you separate. Even when you succeed, you are not a success itself. But you have to have that strength to be able to deal with both success and failure the same way. And you maintain consistency. And the best way to do so is to get mentorship. Because anyone who's been in business has failed. I don't know, maybe there's someone out there who's not failed. They can comment in the inbox.
You tell you failed a lot, but you learned a lot.
Yes.
Can you tell us about your biggest failure and the failure that you learned a lot from?
Okay. So I think with business, with business, the biggest failure I think was with regards to the cost of relationships in business. And so the relationships with the people that you're working with, and also most importantly, the relationships in your life, because business is about sacrifices. Sure. So you sacrifice time. And I think the most painful thing that has come out of my entrepreneurial journey is I did not have enough time to nurture other relationships because my life was only fully focused on business. And it's important for entrepreneurs, I think, to learn to have that balance, because I was just fully obsessed with the work that I did, that I didn't have enough time to be able to develop any other relationships, at least in an advanced manner. And so it made my interpersonal skills not to be that great, but it's something that I'm working towards. So the most painful experience that I got as an entrepreneur is sacrificing everything, including time, and you lose a lot of people in the process because time is needed to build relationships. So,
are you happy with the decision that you made?
Yes, I am. Now, that is not to say that I don't want to build relationships, but I think everyone has got a different story. I had to sacrifice because of where I was starting from. You know, it's a privilege for someone to choose for time over money. And it's a privilege that you can get to when someone has built the foundation. I think for where I was in the history of my family, I had to be the one who sacrifices. And I had to be the one who pays the price. And when I begin to see the opportunities that other people are going to benefit because of the sacrifices that I made, it has been worthwhile. It's painful. It's like, going to war. Wars, no one wants war, but someone has to go to war. And unfortunately, most of the time it's entrepreneurs. We make everyone have, nice cups and nice slides at the cost of everything. And I think that's a part of the entrepreneurial journey that no one talks about. The psychological, emotional, where you're by yourself, where you're alone, and where you're faced with so much pain. But it's a necessary pain. It's a pain that is the price for the comfort of everyone else, I think.
Yeah, about good image, no one can see how much pain you actually felt doing this amazing picture.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your motto?
My motto is, I will make it. Maybe not immediately, but absolutely.
Such a great motto.
Definitely. I will make it, maybe not immediately, but absolutely. So the idea is, even if I make a mistake, I have what it takes to learn. Yeah. And even if I fail, I've got what it takes to learn. Even if I experience pain, I've got what it takes to overcome it. So it doesn't matter. I may not make it immediately, but I will make it absolutely and definitely.
Do you prefer to make everything alone or to have a team?
It's hard. So it depends. Sometimes I prefer doing things by myself, but I've learned with time that it's very good to build strong teams. So now in my businesses, my number one job is to build teams. So I'm investing most times in transferring the skills I have to other people.
You learned how to build team with the mentor or by yourself?
It was a combination, definitely from watching mentors and also reading a lot of books and also attending trainings. Yes, it's attending a lot of trainings.
Are you being a mentor right now?
I am. So the Destiny Builder platform is actually, I'm helping a lot of entrepreneurs. On our page, we've got over 5,000 entrepreneurs that we're mentoring every day. And we've got training programs that we have. And I'm giving out some material, my books, my time. So mentorship is like my highest calling right now. That's what I'm most passionate about. Yeah.
You are building a team and you learn how to be a team. So can you share with us your, top 3 characteristics that you're choosing the teammate? Okay,
that's really, really, really important. That's so important because the success of your business is dependent on the people in your team.
Yes,
yeah,
for sure.
So the first thing that you need is loyalty. Yeah, you need people. Loyalty, I'm going to say this. I think loyalty is better than skill. You
can learn something until it's hard.
Yeah. So if you find someone who's loyal, even if that person is not too skilled, you can train them. But if you find someone who's skilled and trained and who's not loyal, they would most likely destroy your business. So you should be willing to invest in nurturing people. So loyalty is number 1. Number 2, you need someone who is flexible. So, because entrepreneurship specifically, things change, Yes. Imagine if you're doing business before COVID a 19. Like overnight, things just change. So you if someone is just wants to wake up in the morning, do the same thing, wake up in the morning, do the same thing. It's good at a certain level of your business, but in your leadership, in your executive, you need people that are very, very flexible. And then last, and I think also very important, you need people that believe the same thing, They believe that success is important. The people that don't care if they succeed or not, the people that don't care if they make it or not. But if you've got a team, that team needs to make sure that it is invested in success. Yeah.
You said you read a lot. Can you share with us top 3 books, what you recommend to the people?
All right. General books.
Yeah, general.
Okay. I think everyone should start with Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It's a really good book. It gives you a framing of how to navigate in self-help. And I enjoy a lot of specialized books as well. So it depends if someone really needs to. But if you also want to frame your mind, common book is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It's a basic,
Robert Kiyosaki is really good.
It's really good. But this is my favorite book, The 12 Rules of Life, by Jordan Peterson. So I think those 3, especially if you want to frame yourself in self-discipline and being organized and being punctual and being accountable, that is like the 12 Rules of Life. It's like the highly recommended book.
Entrepreneurship is actually so hard and it's a long way. So since you made this long way for your entrepreneurship life, could you give us one advice?
One advice?
Yeah.
Don't give up.
Don't give up.
Don't give up. Once you decide that you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're sure that that's what you want to do, don't give up. Yeah. But be sure that that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't give up.
Related question to this. Why did you choose entrepreneurship?
I think entrepreneurship, it is the most reliable way for people to achieve social mobility. What do I mean? Through entrepreneurship, you can be able to achieve freedom financially, achieve freedom in terms of time, and you can actually have impact. So you can have businesses that can influence education. You can have businesses that can influence distribution of water. You can have businesses that can be able to actually change how the quality of homes that people stay in. So business is able to solve not only your own personal life, but also the quality of other people's lives. The chair we're sitting on is successful entrepreneurs. The camera that we're using, these are successful entrepreneurs. So the world that we're living in is more comfortable because of the work of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So it's
many entrepreneurs.
It is the highest, most important role that you can play for society to make things much better.
What was the best year in your entrepreneurship career?
The current year is always the best.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the most profitable year I've ever been in so far.
Okay. What was the turning point?
The turning point. Very good question. I think it depends. There are 3 turning points for me. I think the first turning point was when we actually officially registered our businesses. Then the second turning point was when we started going into other countries. I think that was a significant turning point. It had its own challenges, but it was a significant turning point. And then the recent turning point has been where I'm learning how to manage systems, where it's more about operational systems. Yeah. So I think those are the 3 key stages that or can call them milestones, and I've been business.
And entrepreneurship is so popular right now. Everyone is becoming an entrepreneur.
True, yeah.
What are your predictions about 10 years? What's gonna happen to entrepreneurs in 10 years?
Oh yeah. So this is one thing I'm really passionate about right now. I think I want to see what's going to happen with artificial intelligence in entrepreneurship. That's what I'm studying currently, because I feel the next generation of entrepreneurs. So this is like Web 3.0, where there's now virtual reality, augmented reality, where there's going to be an increase in machine learning. Entrepreneurship is going to change. In fact, it has already started changing. So it's no longer going to be about the amount of skills that you have in terms of whether it's coding or copywriting or design, but it's going to move to your ability to connect with people and the ability to differentiate yourself.
Do you want to go more to your real entrepreneurship, or you want to go more to mentoring?
I think both. Both. Because right now, the most important thing is to prepare for the next information age.
Yes.
That's the most important thing. And the first set of entrepreneurs that are going to be organized, this is the next generation billionaires.
And it's so unpredictable.
And which is good for us entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurs, we thrive in uncertainty, right? So whenever there's like a change, it's good for entrepreneurs.
Yeah, it's good.
So I'm telling you right now, I can promise you that anyone who's going to master AI, we're gonna change this world. You know.
How long it take to you to make your crucial decisions?
Okay, it depends. It depends with the risk involved and the impact. So there's some decisions that I have to implement on the spot.
Yes.
There and there. And then there are some decisions. So for my teams, I've got maybe I can call it a think tank, where if an issue comes, people quickly put their opinion and then I make a judgment. But decisions have to be made really fast most of the time.
So I guess you're a quick learner.
You have to be. You have to be a quick learner. But so that decisions that are already organized in the institution. So people know that this is what you're supposed to do. No one comes and asks, for example, what am I doing today to work? Everyone knows what they're supposed to do. So that's one. But when it's a little bit complex, then you get teams around you.
Yes.
Sometimes you even get consultants, either with a legal consultant or it's a business consultant. You get expert information. Because with decisions, the most important thing is you need enough information that allows you to not have suboptimal decisions. So you want to have as much information as possible so that when you're making the decision, but you have to manage time at the same time. So yeah.
Do you have a mentor right now?
I do. I've got a series of mentors for different disciplines. I've got 4 active mentors right now.
For example? Maybe without names or any, but a discipline.
Okay, discipline. Okay, for example, I've got a mentor that has been mentoring me in leadership. And all the mentors that I choose are people that are practically in the business. I don't have a mentor who's just training without being in business. Yes. I think it's dangerous. Yes. It's possible, but I think it's dangerous. So in leadership, I've got a mentor who's helping me with regards to real estate. Yes, because it's a space that wasn't like my dominant strength. I've got a mentor who's helping me with trainings. And then lastly, I've got a mentor who's helping me with the issue of AI, like I told you.
Yes.
Yeah, because I really want to specialize.
So is it hard to manage all these 4 mentors and different disciplines of?
No, but they're my friends. So it's like having very rich, very experienced friends. And the relationship, and it's very important that you manage the relationship that you have mentors. So the relationship is, although there are these giant people that are doing big things, they're normally very human when you interact with them. So they're willing to give advice. So it's not like sort of work. Mentorship is not supposed to feel like work. It's like you've got a friend who looks out. Tell them like, look, I need help with this.
So you don't have like mentor sessions held, like say once a week, or you do?
We do. Like, all of my mentors are very time conscious. So my mentors are particular about time. So we've got scheduled time, but in that scheduled time, for example, one of my mentors, we've got a template on how we communicate.
Oh,
yeah. So
great.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He says, okay, fine. I quickly give me feedback of what's happening. Then it gives me a review. Then it gives recommendations. Then the commission is done. It's
really good work.
Yeah, it's straightforward. It's not complicated. So I respect his time. Yes. So even before the meeting, we don't go like, so by the way, today we don't waste time. We will know what we're gonna be doing. I already got my minutes, like help me with this. He said, no, leave this, take this. Okay, try this, travel there. Okay, fine. Okay, that's it then.
That's really amazing, impressive.
It is actually.
I guess based on it, you have good time management.
No, personally, I'm learning as well.
You're learning.
I'm learning. I'm not, but I'm getting there. I'm probably better.
How is it right now?
It's the time I've got too much tasks in it. So I need to like restructure. It's one place and it's
you're a morning person or you're evening worker?
Evening.
Yeah.
All the way up until, that's the problem now, because you can wake up until maybe 3 a.m. and then you wake up for 8. That's where the problem is. So I'm an evening person. Yeah.
Do you feel enough appreciated for the work you are doing?
Very hard question. It depends. It depends. For a long time, no, I didn't.
For how long time?
A very long time.
Since you started until what time?
Probably maybe the last 2 years.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because I think the problem with working hard is when you present things, people think they're simple. You understand? Because when you work so hard, you make everyone else's jobs simple. And then because of the amount of commitment that you put to things, and things are always working, people assume that things are just supposed to work. So for a very long time, I felt like there could be more in terms of appreciation. But now I'm satisfied because it was a me problem.
What was the problem?
The problem is I expected to control someone's emotion, and it's impossible. Yeah, so when I came to that realization that I can only control what is within my control, then I received peace. But it was a big problem all the time because you're saying, look, I've been working for so long and everything is organized. Like, why can't just people get it? But that's not the point. The point is results and legacy. And that's what counts the most.
You was disappointed and your team was disappointed in it?
My teams are normally great. That's one of my strengths. I build really good teams. Sometimes we let go after some time. Yeah, because if you're willing to hire, you should be willing to fire as well.
Yeah, how many people right now in your team?
24.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what are they responsible for?
Mostly administrators roles. Yeah.
They're like,
I'm into services. My business is mostly services, so it's mostly like conveyor belts. It's communications, it's administrative. So that is it. Yeah.
They're like divided by groups and
by country.
By country. Yeah. How many countries?
6.
6. Yeah. Who? Can you name them?
Poland, Czech Republic, Lithuania, South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Zambia.
It's really great.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Happy subjective, but I think I am. I'm satisfied.
You are satisfied.
I'm content. I think I'm living the best possible life accessible to me. Because I think happiness is a very difficult thing to quantify. But I'm satisfied. Like I'm content. My question is, has this interview been helpful to you? And
yes.
So in which parts?
It was helpful just because I learned that you are a mentor. I didn't know that you're a mentor. I thought that you're a guest entrepreneur, and you actually motivate me. Although we had a speech on the small talk, and it was such a motivational speech. I was listening, and I was like, wow, this man got some so great skills.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, and really, I so appreciate that you had time to have a podcast with us today. Amazing. And I hope you guys get satisfied with this podcast. Yes. And see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.